we have got Roxanne Modafferi taking on Lauren Murphy in the second fight of the night. And this is a fight that I think should be a little bit higher on the card. I feel like Roxanne has earned that honor. So a little bit bummed to see her this early, but you know what? Is what it is. Murphy is 12-4 against Roxanne's 24-16. And if you recall, I just spoke about level in competition and experience differences. Roxanne has fought the who's who of women's MMA. She's been around forever. She's absolutely one of my favorite underdogs of all time. And we have cashed some incredibly large prices with her. In her most recent fight, she derailed the hype train that is the future, Macy Barber, and took her down for 15 straight minutes and cashed as like a plus 700 underdog. I'm so pissed off that I wasn't on it. I bought into Macy and I missed my opportunity. That would have been a phenomenal night. And I know some people that got in on it, so congratulations if you did, but I missed the boat and I'm not missing it this time. So Murphy has a very heavy boxing attack. She's got heavy hands. She's strong in the clinch. She crashes in the pocket. She has a stiff jab, and she's got a really powerful right cross. She brawls. That's what she does. She always tries to turn her fights into a brawl, and she doesn't move her head. Stays right very easily. Roxanne Modafferi on the flip side of this thing has been working nonstop on her striking. She's very improved in that area. She's got good footwork, and she's got very, very awkward movement. She's kind of herky-jerky, reminds me a little bit of Clay Guida, the way he kind of dips and does this thing constantly. A little difficult to get a beat on her. She takes physical conditioning super seriously at this point. I'm so excited about this because for the first time in Roxanne Modafferi's career, she looks like a professional fighter. She's one of the OGs of women's MMA. She is a pioneer of the sport, and she has never looked like a fighter a single day in her life because she never worked out. It was technique, 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 technique constantly. She finally has added the wrinkle of strength and conditioning, and boy, does it show. Roxanne Modafferi is looking like a monster, and I couldn't be happier about that because her whole game plan centers around taking her opponents down and smothering them for 15 minutes and then trying to open up a submission. And that's exactly what I think she's going to do to Murphy here. So this is a spot that at first I kind of looked at and was like, you know what? Murphy's really physically strong. Murphy's got pretty solid takedown defense. I don't know that I want to take Roxanne Modafferi against Lauren Murphy. But then, ladies and gentlemen, when I saw this picture, look at the gun show. Look at my girl, Roxy. I have to take that shot. I absolutely have to take that shot. She has never been this freaking buff in her entire life. And if we're talking about having a strength differential for her to have the opportunity to score a win here, that power is going to do it because this girl has a chin like nothing you've ever seen. She can eat shot after shot, and she just keeps coming. She will never stop, and that's why she's one of my favorite underdogs. I can't call her an underdog this time because she is a slight favorite, but she's got that underdog mentality. She never quits. Always moving forward. She has very good ground and pound that's only been improved in her last couple of years. Somehow at the bright old age of 37 years old, Roxanne Modafferi is improving every single time that we see her. She's got good reversals, good back takes, high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, good submission offense. I think she's going to get this fight to the mat, and I don't know if she'll finish Murphy, but I definitely think with that added muscle on her frame, she's going to be able to control Murphy in the majority of this fight and get us a 15-minute decision. So what is the betting line at, you ask? I locked Roxanne Modafferi up at minus 125, and that is currently where it sits. So it's been ping-ponging around. Some money's come in on Roxy, pushed her up to minus 135. It's come back the other way. I don't think this one's going to get too out of control. Murphy coming off a devastating late KO like she did in her fight before her last one, and then beating Andrea KGB Lee in her last fight. I think she's got a little hype surrounding her right now. However, let me poke a little hole in that for you. Andrea KGB won that fight. I'm sorry, but it's true. I had a bet on KGB that night, and she clearly outstruck Murphy for the last two rounds, and it was a phenomenal robbery for it to go the way of lucky Lauren Murphy. She was very lucky that night. So I think she should be coming off of a loss here. I think that's going to get made up for. Not that that matters a whole lot because she did fight closely with Andrea Lee, but Andrea Lee also didn't look like herself that night. I think that Roxy's going to be able to chain those takedowns and get a decision win. I am ready to go. I'm rocking with my girl, Roxanne Modafferi. It's an official pick. Me and Tim are going head-to-head a couple times this week. It looks like he's taking that dog money. Going from a minus 700 dog to a minus 150 favorite. Something doesn't seem right. That's a valid point. I mean, the only thing that we can say, though, is that people have been underestimating Roxanne Modafferi her entire career, which is why I've cashed on her as a dog multiple times. I cashed in on her against Antonina Shevchenko when she was a 3-1 underdog because people just didn't understand the matchups and they don't respect the skill set that Roxy brings to the table. Now they are finally noticing what she's capable of, but only after she derailed a hype train. And Murphy has been similarly disrespected her entire career. So I think it's a case where they finally realize that neither of these women should be a super big favorite over the other. And I think a lot of other people out there can't get the fact that Roxanne Modafferi doesn't look like a fighter out of their head. I mean, even my boy Jay over at the Sports Keg calls her a librarian. He doesn't want to bet on her because of the way she looks. And there's so many people out there like that. So, and Elvis, yeah, you said Macy tore her ACL. Yes, she did, but that doesn't change the fact that Roxanne was hitting those takedowns before she tore her ACL, and I think she was going to continue to be able to do so. She was very tough to hang in there, though. Robert, what's good? Thank you very much. Pav, that may be true. That may be true, but she's still got the skills to pay the bills in this situation. I'm looking forward to it. Coco likes Roxy by decision as well. All right. Loving the back and forth. Keep the chatting up, folks. I'm sorry if I miss your comment. This is by far the most people we have had in the live chat, which I'm very proud of. So thank you so much for tuning in. But if I miss your comment, it's not because I hate your face. It's because they're scrolling by really quickly. And I'm also trying to keep the show under 2 hours for the first time. Yep. Line is coming down on Roxy. I think it's going to bounce back and forth. I think we're going to get it jumping around minus 120 either side. I wouldn't be surprised if Roxy ends up hitting even money at some point, maybe. But I'm also really bad at reading line movement. That has never been a strength of mine.